bet you didn't know it, but you've got a brilliance factor. Let's talk about that. This is Joe Stowell. Thanks for clicking your way all the way to Daily Strength. Our text for today is from Proverbs 8, verse 11, which says, "Wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her." Adrian Grasselly was used to working with precious material. In fact, he was an expert diamond cutter. He was kind of like Michelangelo, who could look at a slab of marble and see the statue that was trapped inside. And so, in 1944, when Grasselly began working on that one particular diamond, he studied it for 2 full months before touching it. Why? Because it was the Liberator diamond. Get a load of this, 155-carat rock worth millions. Now, because of the magnitude of the treasure, Grasselly spent time thinking through every move in his approach to refining the stone. One wrong move would have instantly ruined the potential of that great rock. Well, your life and mine are a lot like that stone. We're all diamonds in the rough with great potential. And just like Grasselly, who deliberated for 60 days before touching the diamond, we need to think long and hard about a strategy for the way that we live out our lives. One choice at a time, you and I determine our brilliance factor for Jesus. Let's think of our brilliance factor as the sum of the good decisions we make minus the bad ones. The greater number of our wise choices, the greater our ability to radiate the spectacular facets of Christ's wisdom and character. Let's face it, we're all just a few bad moves away from flawing the brilliance of His glory in us. Choices about what we say, how we respond to trouble, how we treat those who don't treat us well, what we choose to watch, how we spend our money, are all the strokes of the chisel against the diamond in our hearts. So, how do we know what the downstrokes look like, the strokes that chisel away the rough edges and move us toward brilliance? Well, the transforming work of God in our lives begins when we are willing to live by His wisdom and not our own. Wisdom is seeing all of life from God's point of view. And since He is perfect wisdom, aligning my choices with His perspectives brings the brilliance of His glory to the surface of all my activities and all my attitudes. Loving my enemies and serving the needs of others, forgiving, being generous, and caring for the needy and the poor are among the transforming downstrokes of His wisdom. A life lived to reveal the brilliance of His glory happens one choice at a time. And you'll know that you are on the right track when at the verge of every choice you check in with God to get His perspective and then proceed to chisel away the rough edges according to what is truly wise. I love what the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, that wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her. When you start living by the precious wisdom of God, there is indeed nothing that can compare. His wisdom will chip away the grit and grime from your life and begin the process of changing you into a priceless gem that radiates His spectacular glory, which, by the way, is your brilliance factor.